day we've all been waiting for. It's November 1st today.
Sweet November has finally arrived.
I said it this morning, I'll say it again. Sweet November is finally here, baby, and I'm pumped.
That's some sweet November right there. Awesome. You gotta be kidding me. No way. He's dead right there.
I cannot believe that. 4 years.
I just want you to know.
That was like a 15, 20 minute.
Let's go, dude.
That was crazy.
I can't believe it. What a hunt.
Chasing November Season 8 begins now. For the Midwest Whitetail team, the 2021 season was better than anyone could have ever hoped for. Seemingly, everyone had a big deer to chase, and with hunter-friendly weather most of the fall, tags were filled on multiple giants, closing the chapters on many multi-year stories. After making the decision to bring a camera with him to the stand again, Owen Riegler didn't look back, stacking up another impressive season, tagging 3 different bucks along the way.
Down right there. Whoa.
But one familiar foe still eluded him. A ghost known as Wolverine made it through the winter, evident by the buck's gift to Owen in the form of another set of shed antlers. With 3 full years of hunting the deer and only 2 daylight encounters, his focus shifts to developing a new plan.
As you know, this Wolverine buck has given me the slip for, about 27 years now, but we just don't have enough sets where he roams. We finally did put up one morning set down here about 150 yards, and we just set one up right here that I think is going to be a killer stand for him. This one in particular has some of the best access you're going to get. I mow a trail through this CRP coming in from the backside. We drop into an erosion ditch. We walk the creek down a little bit into another erosion ditch that comes right up to the base of the tree right there. So as good as you can get for getting in and out of here. I wouldn't be surprised if a guy could tag out in this one tree stand right here if you wanted to hunt it enough.
With the new morning stand in place, Owen spends the rest of his off-season by attending to the never-ending project list in preparation for fall. By the end of summer, his hit list takes shape and 2 bucks jump to the very top of the list. Taking the top slot is his nemesis Wolverine, who appears to have grown his best rack to date at an estimated 8.5 years old. Coming in at number 2 is a buck now known as the Wide 9, an equally impressive buck who Owen knows well. With all of his off-season work behind him, Owen now begins the countdown to opening day. Over in eastern Iowa, Mike Reed is coming off arguably his best season ever. Dedicating his hours on stand to the giant non-typical that roamed the home farm, Mike and then intern Rye Ludwig played cat and mouse all fall, finally ending the chase in the middle of November.
He's going down right there, buddy. He is down. He is down. Chubbs is down. As you guys can see, what a hunt. Man, it just feels so good. There's not many bucks that I've chased that hard that gave me fits like that. To pull it off, boy, it feels good.
Riding Cloud 9, the duo could have never predicted the events to follow. Only a few days later, after the close of the Chubb saga, another Iowa giant known as Dak found the end of Mike's arrow, resulting in 2 booners tagged in 7 days.
Are you kidding me? November 17th, baby. Are you kidding me? Let's go. Dude. Dak.
A once-in-a-lifetime season for sure, somehow the action didn't peak there. Fall colors turned to snow, and attention shifted to hunting Mike's newly acquired river property that he and Rye put so much time into the previous summer. Sweat equity was rewarded with freezing cold, and with the final days of season ticking away, the unthinkable happened. Merino appeared out of the snowy woods, ending the 5-year chase.
I'm pretty sure I just put Merino down.
To top it all off, in the bottom of the 9th, January 9th to be exact, Mike repaid intern Rye Ludwig with the chance to head to the field with his own tag in hand.
I never imagined being able to harvest a deer like this, and a tall, tight 8 with a lot of mass is my dream deer. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
As the season of a lifetime fades into the rearview mirror, plans for a new journey already enter Mike's mind. The annual shed hunt down on the river farm produced a great haul of white gold, creating hope that multiple good bucks could return. Spring showers turned to summer drought, and despite strategic plans to set the stage for fall, Mike and Rye battle Mother Nature to grow green plots in key locations. Despite the struggles, excitement is high as good buck after good buck returns to the farm. At the very top of Mike's list is a buck that has been on his radar since the legendary chase for the Prodigy buck back in 2019. Fast forward 3 years later, and Kelsey is sporting his best set of antlers ever, blowing up into a mainframe 6x5 with multiple kickers. With the stage set, Mike begins to refine his plan, hoping to put the pieces together on the River Farm Giant. Caleb Griner's 2021 season was a real-life roller coaster ride. Entering the season with high expectations, things started on the right foot with another successful youth hunter heading home with a big buck story to tell. Arrived bow season and the encounters stacked up fast, but for one reason or another, a tag was never punched. During the late season, Caleb got the monkey off his back, tagging a great buck and creating a memory with his best hunting partner. Much like Owen and Mike, Caleb turned his attention to putting in the miles looking for antlers and came up with a solid haul. One buck sticks out in particular due to his long beams and pearly white color, and with multiple encounters from the past season, hopes are high for seeing the same deer Caleb calls Hog Jr. again on the permission farm. The plan meets a roadblock when the property where he had so many encounters during the 21 season is leased by another hunter. Luckily, Caleb has built a relationship with the neighboring landowner, and through an exchange of hard work on the property, he acquires permission to hunt, continuing the chase for the buck. Jumping from Iowa to Missouri, Tyler Behlman and Justin Luebrecht are coming off of a solid 2021 season as well. Between multiple encounters with awesome up-and-comers and hunting with family, Tyler capped off his season by accompanying his brother-in-law on a hunt that ended with his first buck ever. Justin's highlight was tagging a great buck with his bow in the late season, which is no easy task when hunting large food sources. Rolling into 2022, the duo's plan is the same. Plant food in the already great spots and pray for rain.
We're actually on this plot that we call the Peninsula Stand, and this is an area that we've hunted a lot in the past. It's probably where we're going to target our main deer this year, and that's that deer we call Crab King. We've had a lot of histories and a lot of encounters with him.
With Crab King at the top of the hit list, only time will tell if the buck will return for another fall. As opening day looms in the distance, the Midwest Whitetail team doesn't squander away the summer nights. Every sunrise brings a new opportunity to refine the plans that will soon be set into motion. With cutty-back cameras deployed, tree stands securely hung, and hit lists starting to take shape as bucks begin to move towards their fall ranges, we now find ourselves late into the month of August. For many of us, the coming weeks are a waiting period where we find ourselves on the sidelines, anticipating the first hunt of the year. However, for Korey Wolfe, a valued member of the Midwest Whitetail team from northern Missouri, things are different. Like many dads, Korey's attention has shifted from personal ambitions to building memories and passing on the outdoor traditions to his family. Following the grind of summer preparations, Korey and his daughter Hope jumpstart their 22 season early, traveling to the hills of Wyoming with 2 elk tags in hand.
Oh, big bull. Look at that guy.
He's huge.
That cow coming at us?
Yep. I think so.
After an awe-inspiring week filled with thrilling encounters and incredible memories, both Hope and Korey skillfully seized their opportunities and successfully tagged 2 cow elk, setting the stage for the promising season that lies ahead. 3 weeks later, Korey trades the cool air of Wyoming for above-average temperatures in northern Missouri to ring in the opening day of bow season.
Right there. Welcome to Midwest Whitetail. It is September the 15th, opening day of Missouri's archery season, and I'm in a tree. It doesn't get any better than that. Tell you what, it could be a little cooler. Could have a cold front coming through or something like that, but I'm hunting, I'm not complaining. I'm hunting a big buck. He was still in velvet on the 12th. As a matter of fact, on the 12th, he walked right in front of this camera. Actually in front of the stand. I was in the bottom here watching him. They were still eating beans. That was 3 days ago. Beans have started to change a little bit. I've noticed a lot more bucks dispersing on the cameras. So I got my fingers crossed, but I've got pretty high hopes for tonight. I'm pretty excited. Opening day, Missouri's archery season. First time in my life. I just tagged a big buck. That's a buck from last year. I think he's a 5-year-old deer. Snips 3 or Snips 4, whatever. He lost his splits, but he was walking when I shot, but it is dead calm, and I didn't want to stop him. And there's white cheddar. No, that's a 7-pointer. Oh my gosh. What a beautiful velvet buck right here. Oh my gosh. This is... I'm guessing he's dead already, but I want to give him some time. I am so pumped. 5-year-old buck. 5-year-old big old buck. Opening day. It's been a while since I shot a buck, so I'm pretty excited. So the deer is somewhere right in here, so we're gonna go into that track he followed. I'm gonna walk down one, the cameraman's gonna walk down the other, and hopefully we either find blood or stumble upon the deer. So let's go in there and take a look. That's on the exit. That's good enough for my exit, I guarantee. Look at all the beans there. Yeah. I think I know which way he went. He's dead. Well, we found him. I lost blood. I guess he got up at some point tonight, and he moved another probably 20 yards. Really tickled to find this deer. Did not want to leave him overnight, especially with the amount of blood. The shot was better than I thought. So, opening night of Missouri's archery season, and I'm tagged out, and I'm tickled to death with his buck. He has just shed his velvet. He must have shed it today or yesterday. I mean, his antlers are still like soft and pink. Just a great night. Just an awesome night to be out in the woods. And I thank God for making these beautiful animals and giving me the ability and the means to come out and chase them.
Korey Wolfe's awesome opening day shows us that despite the heat, early season patterns hold true when hunting near a buck's core. The following day, 250 miles to the northwest, team member Seth Sheldon is making a move on a Missouri giant. Well, it's finally here, September 16th. Missouri's archery season opened yesterday, but I was staying away and waiting for a particular buck to show his face again. I had him on the cutty back all summer long, and then when he disappeared on the 6th, and I figured he moved into his fall range, and I was just gonna wait till the next cold front and hope he showed up. But my phone blew up last night, and I saw him on the camera, so whenever I get pictures of him where I camera's at, I know he's going to bed in this little thicket. He's not gonna be going anywhere today, so I figured I'd get in there and try to catch him coming out this evening. He usually walks by right at dark, so it's about 80 degrees, dropping, be about 75 by tonight, so I'm feeling good.
The way I'm set up on this buck, I've got a camera on both ends of this little finger, and I know he's bedded at that point. So he never shows his face on the other camera, which means he's still in here. I'm getting excited. It's about 6:45. I don't imagine he'll come out until last light. That's what he does every time I get a trail camera picture of him. So I just hope I can contain myself when he steps out, because he's a big buck. I think I just smoked him. I hit record and I just let him slowly walk in, and he was acting like he was gonna turn around and booger off, so I could not hold it any longer, and I just let him have it, and he just bolted into the timber. So it's getting dark. I'm gonna pack down and collect myself, so I'm gonna go down and check out the arrow now. Well, it's the next morning. It started raining on us, so I had to get out of there as quick as I could. It's still raining now. The weather's not going to let up, so this is the best we're going to get as far as an interview with him. He came out at last light, and I just let him have it, so I couldn't be more excited. Just an awesome deer. Still in shock, but thanks for watching Midwest Whitetail.
Taking cover from the rain, Seth puts the tape to the Missouri Monarch, generating a gross score of 195 inches, his biggest buck ever. That same day, 245 miles to the northeast, Mike and Bella Reed are hitting the field for the first hunt of Iowa's youth season.
That was no close.
That was your first shot, and then these were your last two, so very, very consistent. That feels pretty good.
I got it clear.
No black? Full sight picture, okay. Can you swivel left and right? What is September 17th, opening day of youth season here in Iowa. And Bella and I have finally made it out to the blind. A lot of stuff to get done today, but we got it all done. She took 3 shots before we left the house. She's feeling nice and confident, and then we made the drive down to the River Bottom Farm. This is one of the only times she's ever hunted down here. And we are set up over turnips tonight and just struggling. We've been really dry here in Iowa. So a lot of the food plots down here in this particular area are really struggling. We replanted the turnip plots once. This particular turnip plot is kind of a low spot, so it holds a lot of moisture, and these turnips look absolutely phenomenal. After I got back from Africa, I actually did some velvet filming in this area and have filmed, like 5 different mature bucks. And so there's quite a few older age class deer used in this area. Bella's got the 350 Legend in hand. We're tucked in. We're pumped for our first set. What do you think?
I think that we're gonna get a deer tonight.
I sure hope so. We've got a southwest wind. It's about 72 degrees. It's muggy, humid, a little on the warm side, but like I said, we're excited to be out, so hopefully one of these bucks shows up. He's looking at something. See if you can get on him, Bill. He's a deer to the right. The buck. Oh, he's getting in the bushes. Dang. Can you see him? He's right there. Okay. Maybe he'll come back this way. Oh yeah, they're just picking up his head. He's just right behind the bushes right there. Was that another one? Yeah. Okay. Count to 3. Take your time. Squeeze it off. Barrel, red dot, black meets red.
Did I get him? Oh, I fucking didn't get him.
Well, pretty exciting. A shot fired. This is the buck we call JT. 3 years of history with him. It's actually why we pulled this blind here. I filmed him in velvet, and when Ryan and I were talking about all the places we possibly could bring Bella to youth hunt, I said, man, we should go try to shoot JT. Plus, there's all these other bucks. But Bella did it all by herself. I mean, there's a lot of communication, as you could hear. Shot ended up being 144 yards. I lost him when she first shot, and then when I got my binos back on him, it looked like he was just standing there. So I thought, oh, she must have missed. But we looked back at the footage, and it looks like she hits him. He goes up, rears up in the front, and then he goes around the corner, and we lose him. So pretty exciting.
I had never done that before, so I was a lot more nervous than usual when I fired.
Feeling pretty good though? You ready to get down and go see if we can find some blood?
Definitely.
It kind of stopped raining for like 10 minutes, but it's still drizzling. So we're gonna get down, go walk to where we shot him, see if I see any obvious blood, and then we're gonna head back to the truck and get more lights and come back if that's the case. All right.
Let's do this.
Man. A pretty difficult blood trail, as you might imagine. Rain hasn't stopped coming down. We're getting a lot of lightning and thunder. We followed from that first blood just right down this little ditch, this little tree line, and ended up finding a few more spots of blood. And it looks like it's coming off of his body on the grass on the entry side. There's bubbles in it. It looks like lung blood, but without a good trail to follow. So I think what we're gonna do is get back home. It's getting pretty late. Get out of this thunderstorm, and then watch the footage and regroup and come back in the daylight with some guys and see if we can't find him. Hopefully he's not too much further. Well, it's the next morning. We just got back out here. It rained all night long, a lot more than it originally was forecasted to do. So we have our work cut out for us, but we're gonna go to last blood and see if we can't pick up any blood. I'm doubtful we'll be able to, but we'll try that first, and then we're gonna do a grid search if we can't get blood. You ready? All right, let's go do it. And we've circled through every thicket so far. We've got one strip left. How you feeling?
Hot and sweaty.
This canary grass is 4 feet tall. There's willow thickets. I mean, not a chance of any blood. All the blood we found last night is washed away. So we've got one last big thicket, which is sort of where he came from last night. He would have had to sort of circle back into this, but we're gonna trudge through this one. Hopefully we stumble up on him.
Unfortunately, Mike's prediction is true, and the father-daughter duo struggle to locate another drop of blood. After a full day of grid searching, it's time for Mike and Bella to go home. Not giving up, over the course of the next few days, Mike makes multiple attempts at finding Bella's buck, but eventually turns his hopes of finding the deer into hopes that the buck will soon show back up on trail camera. September often feels like a slow-paced joyride, but so far it has felt like anything but that. Already we've experienced the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, reminding us that anything can happen when on stand. On the evening of September 22nd, 155 miles to the south of the River Farm in northern Missouri, team member Tyler Behlman is finally making his first appearance of the season.
Hey guys, it is the evening of September the 22nd, and as you can probably tell, I'm self-filming tonight as Justin and Mitch have went over to our big food plot, and they're in there after a deer we call Velveeta. Both of the deer that we're hunting tonight were in these general locations last night on the cuttybacks, and this big temperature drop had about a 20-degree temperature drop overnight, and that's what has us out here this evening. But I'm in here after that Crab King deer on the peninsula stand here. I've had several encounters with him on this particular food plot, and we know he's in this area. I'm going to be sitting over a turnip plot mixed with oats, and then I have some green soybeans here to the west of me. The table's set. He just has to show up to eat, but you just never know. There's several other shooters in this area as well, and a lot of deer that haven't showed themselves. The deer are just not moving like they should be, with the high temperatures, and scrapes are starting to open up. So the anticipation is high, and we just need a little bit of luck on our side here, and hopefully Justin and I can get an arrow in one of these target bucks. Well, that was pretty interesting. We haven't had that deer on the cuttybacks for quite some time now. We had him early on in Velvet, and he got my heart going there a little bit as he stepped out. I wasn't sure exactly what deer that was. I thought maybe it was that Crab King deer we were in here after, but always makes for a fun night to see a good deer like that. And as we predicted, the deer were on their feet, moving pretty good here. We got about 30 minutes of daylight left, so hopefully that Crab King deer decides to make his appearance.
Across the farm, Justin and Mitch are also having a great first hunt.
That's a good deer. I don't know if we got any pictures of that guy. That deer, that 6'5", could be a 4-year-old looking at that deer there. Oh yeah, look at that. Well guys, it's turning into a pretty good evening. We got a nice 6'5". We don't know if he's 3 or 4. I don't have any pictures of him this year, but he just postured in what looked to be a 3-year-old 8-blunter there. He didn't want nothing of him, but we still got about 45 minutes of shooting light left, so this is about the time that Velvet has been showing up, so. Well guys, it's the evening of September the 27th, and I'm back up here at the main farm. I've got to be extra quiet here. I've already got 2 does already in the plot, and one already fed off into the timber here, but this is kind of a special day for me here, as I've got high hopes of check marking off one of my goals in bow hunting, as today is my birthday, and I've always wanted to kill a birthday buck. So we're elected to come back here and hunt the peninsula plot, and we're in here after a buck we call Crab King, and it's already starting to be a fun chapter chasing him, as Tyler coming here and hunted, I think back in September 22nd or 23rd for him, and he showed up over on the buck 30 plot. So then the next night I was up to bat, so we went and hunted the buck 30 plot, and he showed up here at the peninsula. So he seems like he's playing to win. I know it's kind of odd to say it, but if we get a north wind, he goes over there to the buck 30, and the south wind, he comes into the peninsula plot. But we finally got a good wind to come back in here, and what we got going for us tonight is we had a north wind last night, and what we believe is he was in here last night at 7:17 on the cuttybacks. Can't really tell because he was off in the distance, kind of off in this plot here, but it was in bow range, but it would have been iffy on light. So that's what we got going for us here, and hopefully by night falls, I'm sitting behind Crab King and I can check mark off that wish list of a birthday buck. Got another doe coming over here to the left. That's that buck you seen the other night. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 3-year-old. Don't move too much. Okay. Something's got his attention over here in the corner. He's coming this way.
guys, that's going to wrap it up for us here. As I got half of what I wished for this evening. We ended up seeing the Crab King buck over here on the far side of the field. He came out originally. It was going to work his way this direction, but he ended up turning around. There was another, like a coal buck, we call him, over there, and he kind of went over there and pushed him away. So we got a little bit of footage of him, but all in all, it was a good hunt. It started out good, and then it was slow. And then right about 20 minutes before dark, deer started coming out pretty good. So Tyler's up to bat tomorrow night. We ain't sure where we're going to go, but more than likely we're going to be back after Crab King.
Opening night of Missouri's archery season, and I'm tagged out. I'm tickled to death with this buck. You know, I thank God for making these beautiful animals and giving me the ability and the means to come out and chase them.
Couldn't be more excited. Just an awesome deer. Still in shock, but just real proud of him.
We ended up seeing the Crab King buck over here on the far side of the field. Tyler's up to bat tomorrow night. We ain't sure where we're going to go, but more than likely we're going to be back after Crab King.
The summer months are now finally behind us, and already this season has provided enough action to satisfy the excitement for those who still await opening day. Korey Wolfe and Seth Sheldon showed us once again that during this time of year, doing your homework and identifying a buck's core trumps perfect weather conditions, though they certainly don't hurt. With the number one target, Crab King, making his first daylight appearance, nobody is watching the weather closer than Tyler and Justin. Right on cue, a well-timed cool front is slated to arrive tomorrow, generating hope for the bow shot they have envisioned all off-season long. For now, the rest of us will watch from afar, fine-tuning plans and dreaming of our own journeys, because after all, in only a few short days, we will finally begin chasing November.